Jessica Stewart. I'm a junior at College Park High School, and I'm business lead of Texas Torque.
Hello, I'm Connor Palandro. I am a junior also at College Park High School, and I am the shop manager for Texas Torque. All right, so essentially what the World Championship it's a collection of teams from all over the world who are part of the first robotics competition, coming to compete in the last kind of competition for the entirety of first. And so essentially what it will be is teams are divided into 6 different fields, all named after a very famous scientist/engineer. And essentially what they'll be doing is, they'll all be competing similar to a competition that we would normally have, and then the winners from each field will move on to what's called the Einstein field, which is where you'll get to see the final champion for that year's challenge.
So after about 6 weeks of competing, after 6 weeks of being able to build the robot, where it was kind of small and more individualized, what we call regional competitions. You can qualify at a regional competition multiple different ways. You can win the competition, you can win other outreach or community-based awards at the competition, and then you can qualify for the World Championship. These regionals do happen around the United States, but they also happen in more than 12 different countries all around the world with first. And then all of these countries will all meet together at the World Championship. Yeah, so we actually do call it Armageddon. It has a pivoting arm, and that's kind of play on words. We've named previous robots. We have our World Championship robot, Sonic, in 2013, and so this is Armageddon. In 2013, we had to shoot Frisbees. This year, we're stacking yellow cubes. It's kind of a video game theme, so the yellow cubes are supposed to be pixels. Early January, this year, January 7th, we had exactly 6 weeks to design the robot, think about it, build it, and then test it, program it, everything we needed to do in 6 weeks. Then we had to bag the robot, and then it sits in the corner of our lab until our competition. At competitions, we can mess with it, improve it however we need to, then it's bagged again. In our case, we're fortunate enough, we have enough sponsors to be able to build a second version of the robot that just kind of acts almost like a prototype bot. We can change things around in the lab, but we can't take the second version to the competition. The whole goal of Texas Torque is to spread STEM in the community. So we do try to focus on robotics, but First and Texas Torque is kind of known for being more than just robots. We have a media team, and they work in technology where they design these right here, or you might see, we have brochures, we have media pamphlets, we have all sorts of things that our media team creates. We have a programming team, they program the robot. An electrical team, they kind of give it what we call the guts, the wires, the battery, the power of the robot. And then the mechanical team, they build, they design everything. So robotics is kind of a conglomeration of a lot of STEM fields coming together for one final product.
We covered the entirety of not just AIST, but we also have certain students who are homeschooled or they go to, we have one student who goes to New Waverly actually. And so what we kind of do is we go out, we have kind of demos at these schools to get kids interested in Texas Torque. And if they get very interested, they can come, stop by our lab. We're open to anyone who's in high school or homeschooled, as I said before. Open to anyone, and they can come by. If they're interested, they can register for the team on texastorque.org, and then also register for our team on firstinspires.org. And that allows them to join us to go to these traveling regional competitions and also to join us at the World Championship.
I know a lot of people who know from different demos, like the 4th of July parade in the Woodlands. We're always a part of that, at least for the past 6 years. My sister, though, was part of this team. She heard about it through her high school. I've been interested in engineering since I was in the 8th grade, and she told me about it. And so I joined because my sister was a part of the team. She had a great time, and then I followed in her footsteps.
Jessica actually recommended me onto this team. And so she basically texted me one day and she's like, hey, would you like to come by and see our robotics team? And I was like, sure. So I came in one day in between, school and another club that I was part of, and I've just been hooked ever since. I have plans to get a PhD in marine engineering, and so I'll probably be working with companies like ExxonMobil to design oil rigs and just vessels and things similar to that.
I want to be an electrical engineer. Major in electrical engineering, and then work for possibly a tech company like Facebook or Twitter, Amazon, something like that. But I enjoy programming, I enjoy design, electrical design, and that's kind of been my passion for a long time now.